Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Because I'll be taking your Viva in the next class, and after that the question answer. Clear?
Ma'am, Viva means the fill in the blanks or all the
Yeah,
subjects?
one word questions will be there.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, that will be oral. I'll be asking you questions and you'll be answering. Good evening, Halima. How are you?
Good evening.
Okay. So yeah, this is for especially for Madhi. Madhi, no excuse in the next class. Is it fine?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. So I want you to be well prepared. See, preparing one word answer is not a difficult task, right? But yes, preparing question answer is difficult task. So yeah. Okay, so basically students, you are not going to write these question answers, okay, because I'll be sharing the PDF with you and you can go through it, because questions and answer both are here in the PDF and you can go through it and you will be getting more questions. Okay, you don't have to write anything, and whatever answers are written over here, you are not going to just remember them as it is, because you have your notes. You are going to utilize your notes, okay, and you are going to make your own answer. Okay, clear? Let's just start. Okay, so the very first question is, for which industries was India particularly well known during the British colonial rule and why? Okay, so what was the industry? You all know the answer, right? That India was particularly.
Sorry, ma'am. Yes, you
Yeah,
called
so
me.
sorry. Yeah, I muted myself. Can you see my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what was the question? Question was, for which industries was India particularly well known during the British colonial rule? So name that industry. Why? First you have to name the industry and then you have to write the reason why. So you have your notes with you and you people know the answer, right? So who is going to answer me? Check your notes.
Handicraft industry.
Yes. And what was the reason?
Uh,
Just check your notes. Mahdi, you have written all the notes. Is there anything which is there something which is missing?
No, no, ma'am. I'm checking.
Great. So then you people are going to use your notes and you people will answer. Okay, it will be fun.
The reputation of the fine quality of material use and the high standards of craftsmanship.
Yeah, very good. Yes. So basically the answer is the India was particularly well known for the handicraft industries, right? And why? First, the reputation of fine quality, like the quality of material which they were using, and plus the high standards of craftsmanship. Okay. Whatever questions are here, you can, if you have your notes, you can answer each and every question. Okay. Now, second question, Halima will be answering. What was the focus of economic policies pursued by colonial government in India? What were the impact of these policies? So what was the focus? Halima. I'll just give you a hint. Promoting something like that. Promoting and just check it. In the starting itself, where the economic policies portion was there and what was the impact of economic policies, there only you'll get the answer. Everyone will check.
Such policies brought a fundamental change in the structure of Indian economy, transforming
Wait.
Yes.
Question. Just read the question. What was the focus of economic policies pursued by colonial government in India? Okay. So this is how you're going to, you're right. Your answer is right. And after that, you have to tell me the impact as well. Okay. These are the two questions.
India basically turned into a supplier of raw material and a buyer of finished goods.
And what was the focus of economic policies? To promote?
To promote.
To protect and promote. You have that. You have written that line.
I think it's. Let me see.
Just check it, and there only you will have. You must have written that. To promoting, protecting and promoting their home interest of home country.
Okay.
You remember the line?
I remember you said it once. Maybe I wrote in some question.
Okay. Like what about Sanya and Mahdi? Did you remember?
Yes, ma'am, it's written.
Yeah. Basically,
Yeah,
what
ma'am.
was basically what was the main focus? They wanted to protect and promote their home country, right? Protect means they don't want to use the resource of their home country. Plus, but whenever there is like who produced this product, they'll be like, okay, we produce it. So basically, protecting plus promoting their home country. right? And impact, Halima, you are right that they made India the exporter and import, plus there was huge unemployment and all that. Okay, so we'll just check it. Just a minute. Okay, wait. Yeah. So basically, India focus of economic policies pursued by colonial government first was to protect and promote their own home country. And what was the impact? First, Halima, you were right that it brought a drastic change, right? And second, the colonial government never made any sincere attempt for GDP, and because of that, the GDP ratio was very low. You can say that GDP was less than 2%, and real GDP was 0.5 per year. Is it fine? Students, you have to understand the difference between reason and the impact. The question was, what was the main focus? So main focus was basically to promote and protect their home countries, and because of that, what impacted? What was the impact? The impact was that India became exporter of raw material and importer of finished good, plus GDP also get impacted. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Others? Halima? Mahdi?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Now, next question is, how was Zamindari system of revenue settlement responsible for the poor economic condition of the cultivator? Mahdi, you have the direct question.
Yeah, Zamindari system was responsible for stagnation of Indian agriculture because zamindars were charging more land revenue, due to which farmers' income reduced. Then second point, many thanks monsoon were not favorable, due to which the production of crop reduced, and the other hand they had to pay compulsory tax imposed on them.
Okay, so this is your school written notes?
Yeah.
Yes, I can find out. Like, I can make a difference between my notes and the other notes. Okay, so you have not written my, like, whatever was like taught in the class?
Ma'am,
You have written?
I wrote it in a PDF. Like I did write it in my laptop. So I had to find that. So instead of that, I said what I wrote.
Okay. So yeah, but before test, like make sure that you are going to revise that also, right?
Yeah, sure.
I'm not saying that your answer is wrong, but somewhere there is a difference between answering and to score full marks. So if you want to score full marks, you have to add few points.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So that is what I'm expecting you people, that you will be utilizing your notes. Okay, because we have already done so much of hard work. We have poured so much of hard work in making notes, right? I have
Yeah.
make you people sit in the class and write it down, and you people were writing it down. So it's not for just for formality, it's for learning, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So yes. So basically under Zamindari system, rent settlement was there. And what was the cause? So basically what happened? Zamindari system of revenue settlement, what was happened? Basically, the profit was given to zamindar instead of the cultivators, right? And nothing was done to improve the condition of agriculture. What was the main interest? Main interest of zamindar was to collect revenue, no matter what the economic condition of peasant was. And because of that, there was a social tension among the cultivators. Clear, everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
You can check your notes along side by side. These are already related to that one. Okay, now the fourth question. What was the main cause of India's agriculture stagnation during colonial period? Halima. Direct question. Just read it out. Main cause for India's agriculture stagnation. Why there was low productivity or in agriculture field?
Number one is because of the zamindari system.
Yes.
Number two, lack of irrigation facilities
Good.
and low level of technology. Number
Good.
three is lack of resources.
Good. Very good. Yes. So basically these were the cause of the system. What was first? Zamindari system. Everything is written over here. You have your notes. So I'm not going to just explain it again. Okay. Second, lack of irrigation facilities, right? And last one is lack of resources. Okay. And low level of technology. So basically these were the reasons. Clear? Okay. Next question, Sania is going to answer. What was the twofold motive behind the systematic deindustrialization affected by British in pre-independent India? Just check. You have your notes.
Yes,
Twofold
ma'am.
motive.
The motive is like to make India the exporter of raw materials and and to turn India into a sprawling market for the finished products of those industries, so that the maximum advantage of the home country can be ensured.
Okay. And other? Okay. You have mentioned in one. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So what was the first? First to make India the exporter of raw material, and second to make India the market of finished good, whatever the Britishers were producing. Okay. So this was a twofold motive. Okay. Good. Okay. Next one. The traditional handicraft industries were ruined under the British rule. Do you agree with this or not? Just tell me, Madhi, you don't need notes for this. Just answer me in general. Sixth question. Just answer me yes or no. That handicraft industry was ruined by Britishers or no?
Yes, because the traditional handicrafts didn't have work because all the raw materials were taken away to Britain.
Yeah. Yes. So basically, what Britishers do, they basically contributed in the demolition of our handicraft industries. Right. So the traditional handicraft industry were ruined in the British rule. The statement is true. Why? Because of this, what happened? They ruined the traditional. Because of this, unemployment was there, and plus India became the consumer. Right. So why they why they did the rule of British India government led to the collapse of India's world famous handicraft industry without contributing in any significant manner to its replacement. See, they contribute, they demolish everything, right? And even after demolishing, they introduce in substitution, they introduce the modern industries, right? But there was no significant replacement. See, if you people are good in economics, right? If I'm sending you people to colleges, so I'll be sending you people to the colleges where economics is being taught or subjects related to economics is being taught. But if I send you people to the classes of science, then it will be very difficult for you to cope up, right? So this is what Britishers did, and somehow because of that, many problems like unemployment, and because of that, the consumer market for finished good increased. All this happened. Okay, clear?
Yes.
Okay. Next is critically appraise some of the shortfall of industry's policies pursued by British colonial administration. Halima. Direct question. There will be like you will get a heading as well. Shortfalls of industrial policy.
Number one is slow progress, lack of capital goods industries,
Good.
no substitute to the country's traditional handicrafts industry,
Yes.
low growth rates,
Yes.
limited areas of operation of the public sector.
Yes. Basically, this is the answer. Slow. Very good, Halima. Slow progress, lack of capital good industry, no substitute, and low growth rate plus limited area of operation of public sector. Okay, we have already done this. Is it fine?
Yes.
Okay. Now, next one is, what do you understand by drain of India wealth during colonial period? Sana.
Drain of wealth.
You have written that. Just check it out. Drain of India's wealth. Maybe in the answer you have written why there was a drain, though export was very high. But still.
Because they take the products from India and then implement it in their country, and they say that it's their product. So
Okay. Just check your notes. I think you have written it. Drain of India's wealth. I'll just give you a hint. I just don't remember exactly, but you must have written it over maybe foreign trade somewhere like that. That foreign trade increase and export increase, right? And there was a flow of you know, there was no flow. There was flow of lots of money like gold and all that, but still Britishers used that money for their purpose, like for their administration work, like for paying taxes and all that, for weapons in there. You have written that.
yes, ma'am.
Just check it. And
Yes,
because of
ma'am.
that, India well during the colonial period drained. You must have written like this. You have written the questions like you have written two questions or
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, just read it out. There I have
Um,
mentioned this word drain of Indian wealth.
Yes, ma'am.
So just underline it. Okay.
Okay.
This is for everyone. It's not about if I'm asking this question to Sania that others won't be. You have to check it that where you have written the answer. Okay. Okay, Sania.
Several essential commodities, food grains, clothes, etc., were scarcely available in the domestic market.
Yes.
This export surplus did not result in any flow of gold or silver into India. Rather, this was used to make payments for the expense incurred by an office set up by the colonial government in Britain, expense on war and impose of invisible items, all of which led to the drain of India's wealth.
Yeah. So basically, what was happening? See, in India, there was nothing to eat. Nothing was in the domestic market. So we were using, for example, you have 10 rupees. Okay. And you are exporting and 100 rupees came to you. In total, you must have 110 rupees and you can do good shopping. But with this 10 rupees, what you are doing? You are purchasing food from other country. And the other money which you are getting from export, that was being used by Britishers. So in total, what is happening? Earlier you have 10 rupees. Slowly, 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 it will be draining. Right? It will be 5, 2, 1, someday it will be 0. Right? Because nobody is giving you any help. They are either taking, you are using your money for export, for import of food grain. So somewhere it will be drain. Drain means decreasing. Right?
Yes.
Okay. I hope this question is clear. This is very much important. Clear, Mahdi and Halima?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, great. Now, next question is, how did restrictive policies of commodity production, trade and tariff pursued by colonial government affect the structure, composition, volume and direction of India's foreign trade? Or you just have to indicate the volume and direction of trade. So, Mahdi, you have written this in your notes. You don't have your notes right now, right? You have your notes? No? For this also?
Well, just a minute, let me check. Yes, ma'am.
No? Yes,
Yes,
you have?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, so just tell me the answer. Read it out.
It is stated that the restrictive policies of the colonial government adversely affected India's foreign trade. This is because since its independence, India is known as an importer country. Uh, India is the exporter of raw materials because raw materials, but it is major importer of finished goods.
Okay, next. Composition, volume and direction as well. Tell me the volume, and the volume you have to tell me that, ma'am, okay, this much of trade was restricted to Britishers and rest of the trade was, restricted to only this and this country.
Um,
Okay. Sanya, just answer me.
Yes, ma'am. For the composition, for all practical purpose, Britain maintained a monopoly control over India's export and import. The opening of Suez Canal further intensified British control over India's foreign trade.
Okay. Volume and trade as well.
More than 50% of India's foreign trade was restricted to Britain, while the remaining was allowed with a few other countries like China, Sri Lanka, and Iran.
Okay, very good. Good. Okay, Halima, you have the same answer?
Yes, same answer.
Okay, great. Okay, next is give the quantitative appraisal of India's demographic profile during colonial period. Halima, direct question.
Population, neither the total population of India nor the rate of population growth during the second stage of demographic transaction was very high. Low level of literacy. The overall literacy level was less than 16. Out of this, female literacy was at a negligible, negligible low of about 7%. Lack of adequate public health facilities. Public health facilities were either unavailable to large chunk of population or when available were highly inadequate.
Okay.
Consequently, water and airborne diseases were rampant and took a huge toll on life.
Okay, that's great. Good. Good, Halima. Same answer for Sana and Mahdi?
Yes, ma'am. Same.
Okay.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, so next is highlight the salient feature of India's pre-independence occupation structure. Okay, so you already know this that the what was the just a minute, what was the question number 10? Okay, so 11. Okay, so the salient feature you have already done this. Who is going to answer me? You have done this question.
Yes.
Salient feature of India pre-independence occupation structure. Pre-independence, I hope you people know. It is basically eve of independence or during colonial period. So, who is going to answer me?
Yeah, I'll say.
Okay.
The agriculture sector accounted for the largest share of workforce, which is 70 to 75%, while the manufacturing sector and the service sector accounted for 10% and 15 to 20%.
Okay, good. Very good. Next is what objective will British intend to achieve through their policies of infrastructure development in India? Sana.
Infrastructure.
Just remember that they have two motives behind that.
Ma'am, it's deindustrialization.
Just take your notes for infrastructure. Check that. In starting itself, the real objective of British behind infrastructure
Yes,
development in
ma'am.
India.
Yes.
Read it out.
It was to subserve various colonial interests and not to provide basic amenities to people. That's that's it.
Okay. See, basic. You have written that road construction in India. You haven't written that, right?
Construction of yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Roads constructed in India prior to advent of the British rule were not for modern transport, not fit for the modern transport.
Okay. So basically, what was the real objective of Britishers? Basically, was not to provide the basic amenities to the people, but to serve various colonial interests. Like they constructed roads because you know this. That you have written. Okay. See, in exam hall, if you'll get the question, what was the real? This is very important question. Everyone, just listen to it very carefully. The real objective of what was the real objective of British behind infrastructure development? Okay, so you are going to write first the real objective of British behind infrastructure development in India was such as railway and all that was not to provide basic amenities to the people but to serve various colonial interests. Okay, then you are going to write road. Why they constructed it? Because you have written two reasons for that in road. Second, you have written railways. That also you are going to include the 2 points. Then the telegraph and all that you are going to include and you are going to make because in exam hall you are going to get this question for 6 marks or 4 marks. So accordingly you have to prepare your notes. Is it fine?
Fine.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. This one, Halima, were there any positive contribution made by British in India? Yes, no. Positive contribution. You just remember your notes that important contribution. This was one of the major contribution Britishers made to India in infrastructure itself.
Some efforts were made by the colonial regime to improve infrastructure facilities in India, such as railway, post, water transport, post and telegraph, but the effects were spiced with selfish motives to subserve various colonial interests and not to provide basic, I mean,
Cheese?
basic,
Hmm.
I mean,
Cheese?
amenities to the people.
Okay. So, see, when I'll ask you what were there any positive contribution made by Britishers, then you're going to say yes. There were few positive, and how you're going to write the answer, I'll just tell you. Yeah. So yes, this is going to be very important. So you are going to just write, if you want to write this answer, I'll share the PDF. You can mark it. Okay. So yes, the positive contribution made by British in India is stated below. First, they constructed modern road, and because of what happened, prior to the advent of British rule, there were remain an acute shortage of all weather roads to reach out to rural areas during rainy season. Right. So therefore, people mostly living. You can write the first point that in one hand it shortened the distance between two areas, and plus it broke the barriers, geographical barriers and other. You can write it the first point, like on one hand, that point you have written. Just check your notes, everyone, where you have written about the roads. There you have written 2 points. One you have written on one hand the positive point, on other hand you have written the negative point. Yes, no?
Yes, ma'am, we have written, but I can't find it now.
You have written that. Just check it. What about Halima and Madi? There you have written it.
Yes, I got it.
Okay, just check it. It will be somewhere after the infrastructure itself, Sana. Sanya, what's your number? Last digit?
Ma'am, I have two numbers, so
Is it 245066 or 12?
ma'am, add 66.
Okay, 66. Last
Yes.
one 971. Like the country code
Yes, ma'am.
55371. You are already added, Sanya. Just check it once. Commerce batch G. Okay.
Okay.
Halima, you are added in the batch. Not in the batch, maybe in the group.
No,
Commerce.
I don't have the group.
Okay. So Halima, you just drop me a text on my WhatsApp number. I'll just add you, okay? Because I'll share the PDF in that group itself. There are lot other students, like according to batch, like all of them are from 12th class itself. But yeah, I'll just share the PDF and I'll just mention 9 o'clock IST batch. Okay.
I don't have your number in my phone.
Okay. So Halima, how will you get the PDF? Is there anything else I can do?
Someone else have the number, maybe from them I can get.
Yeah.
And be
Okay.
in the
Just
group.
drop me a text from their number. You have my number?
No,
Okay. I'll just
I'll
share
send it in their number.
Yeah. I'm just sharing it. I'll just share it, okay, after this class. And you can write it down and you can just drop me a text so that I can share you the PDF personally. Okay.
Okay, but how you'll get my number?
I'll just share you my number. You can text me from their number.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I'll wait for the number.
Okay. I'll just share you like in the class in the chat itself.
Okay.
Okay. So everyone got it on one hand. Sanya got it. Madhi.
Ma'am, I didn't get it.
Mama, I have to check.
Okay.
Same.
Okay. Sanya, just check your notes from infrastructure. You have written
Yes, ma'am.
infrastructure and after that you have written roads.
Roads. How railway affected the structure of Indian
Hmm.
economy,
You have
then
written?
positive and
Yeah,
negative.
you have written, right? In that, how it's affected. So you have written on one hand, how it affected, you have written, how, what you have written over there?
I've written positive, it enabled people to
Yeah.
undertake
So
long
yeah,
distance.
whatever the positive is, it is going to become here because you're going to write the positive contribution, right?
Yes.
So that is what you're going to write, that it shortened the distance between two areas, plus it broke the geographical barriers and all that.
Okay.
Okay. So this is what. And second, introduction to railways. You will also say that it broke the geographical barriers and all that. And third was development of inland trades and seaways. So because of that, you can initially move from one place to another. Okay. And development of electric telegraph, and now it was easy to maintain law and order and all that. This question you are going to write. Just mark it out. 13th number question you are going to write in your notebook. Okay. Because this is very important question. So 13th question you are going to write in your notebooks. This is your homework. You'll be making your own notes. Okay. Like this, you're going to write whatever it's written in this format itself, you're going to write. Construction of modern routes and introduction of railway in India, then development of inland trades and sea lanes, and then introduction of electric telegraph and postal services. Is it clear?
Yes.
We'll get it through PDF.
Yeah, this is a PDF. I'll just share it. And but this question, just write it down in your notebooks. Wherever you have made notes now, just write it down. This one, 13th question. Other you because others you have already written everything in your notes. You just need to go through the questions. So no need to write each and every question. You can just go through the PDF. That's it. But 13th question, just write it down in your notebook. Okay. Okay, next one is how did railway affect the structure of the economy? You know, positive and negative. Okay, and then underscore some of the India's most critical economic challenges. See, this is also the one of the important question. Okay, now you are going to write about the critical challenges. So there was like agriculture sector problem. Second, you are going to write industrial sector problem. Third, you are going to write demographic problems and all that. Okay, so I'll just check. I'll just let you know.
Ma'am, each points do we need to explain
Yeah,
in
yeah, you can see first there was low economic growth, you can see the GDP, then low agriculture productivity, then lack of industrial base, foreign trade, it was restricted, inadequate infrastructure was not there. So basically over here they have written in their own language, but you are going to make your answer on it in your own language. Economic growth you can check. Okay, I'll just let you know, just a minute. You can see the answer here. Okay, first low level of economic development, this the agriculture sector over here, then the industrial sector, that there was this and this, foreign trade, that it was restricted and India became the importer of raw material, sorry, finished good, and exporter of this, right? Infrastructure facilities such as this and this needed, they though they introduced railway and all that, but there was a need of upgradation and the modernization, right? And next one is there was rampant poverty, unemployment and all that, and they need some public economic policies. Okay, this is the question number 7, which is very important. So you are going to write question number 13 from NCERT 1 and question number 7 from HOTS. You can make a note over in your notebook. From HOTS, you are going to write question number 7, and from NCERT, like the first PDF, like from here, you are going to make the note of question number 13. Is it fine?
Yes.
Just frame your answer. Just don't copy paste. Just add your words because you are going to learn it, right? Clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
yes,
Now coming to this, sometimes examiner sets your question paper tough. How? For example, over here, the traditional handicraft industries were ruined under British rule. Do you agree with this view? Give reason to support your answer. So they are not asking you directly, right? They are asking you in a very, you can say, complicated way. So you will say that yes, traditional handicraft industry were ruined by Britishers. And we agree with this because before the advent of Britishers, India's handicraft was well known and it enjoyed, worldwide reputation and all that, right? But when Britishers came, the world famous industries were ruined, which was not which because of which huge unemployment was there, and plus India became the consumer of this and this food. Clear? So whatever you know about handicraft industry, you have what see. First, you have to find out what they are asking. You have lots of sector: handicraft industries, agriculture industries, infrastructure, and demographic. Right. So you have to first find out from which sector the examiner is asking you questions. So here, by reading the first line, you got to know handicraft. Okay, then they are asking were ruined under the British. Okay, they are asking about the negative point. So you have to explain. Yes, earlier it was very good. India enjoyed worldwide famous about this and this, but when Britisher came, they this that, and because of that, what happened? Lot of unemployment was there. Whatever you know about handicraft industry, just write it down. Just don't write positive point because they are asking about the negative point. So whatever negative point you know about handicraft industry, just write it down. Okay, clear?
Yes.
So first you have to underline what the question is about, which sector. Okay. Here, see, during British colonial rule, despite being occupation of 85% India's population, the agriculture sector. Okay, ma'am, it is talking about agriculture sector. Okay. Agriculture sector experienced stagnation. Okay, you know the stagnation and the low productivity, unusual deterioration, agriculture productivity before become low. Right. So do you agree with this statement? Give reason. So what they are asking about why your agriculture sector was stagnant, why there was low productivity, everything. So you will say this statement is correct. If you are not going to write this first line, then your 1 marks will be deducted. Because the question is, do you agree with the above statement? So if you have to first answer yes or no. So you'll say yes, we agree with this statement, or you can say the given statement is correct. Then you are going to write that because of this and this reason. Right. Agriculture sector remained backward or there was low productivity. You have already done that. Land zamindari system, low level of technology, infrastructure was there, commercialization of agriculture. You have already done. Clear?
Yes.
Halima and Mahdi, getting it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because see, people are going to appear for your boards. In exam hall, they won't be saying, okay, Sania ma'am gave you 5 questions. Okay, I'm going to ask you from these 5 questions only. No. Right? They are going to frame their own questions. So you should ready with your content. That's why I focus on notes. I don't focus on question answer. Because if I'll give you 10 most important question answer, that I'll be giving you definitely when we'll be doing the revision part. Right? In revision series, we'll be doing question. But for time being, if you are preparing with your notes, if you are preparing with the help of your notes, you are learning from your notes, you can answer each and every question. There is no doubt. Okay, so that's why I always ask you people to make notes in the class itself. Okay.
Yes.
Next question is, India could not develop a sound industrial base. Ma'am, they are talking about industries. Okay. Even as a country, world famous handicraft industry declined. No corresponding modern industries. They are talking about modern industry as well. Was allowed to came up to take pride place long enjoyed as a former. In the light of above statement, critically appraise some of the shortfalls. Direct question. They're talking about industries. They directly ask you what was the shortfall. Okay, so ma'am, yes, these was a shortfall. That this happened, that industries remained very slow. Okay, there was no capital good industries, there was low growth rate, there was very limited area of operation and all that. Okay, clear?
Yes.
Okay, now next question. The most important characteristics of India's foreign trade. So they are talking about which sector?
Foreign trade.
Yes. So was a generation of large export. Now they are talking about large export. So, but the surplus came to huge cost of country's economy. So they are talking about that. Yes, though there was a benefit from foreign trade that your export increased, but yes, still the cost was very high. You have done this, right? These two reasons. Several commodities like food grains and all that, they were not available in the domestic market. Plus the export, though the export was surplus, but whatever money we were getting it, Britishers were using for their purpose, and because of this because of this the drain of Indian wealth took place. And that's why we can say that you can add it over here in your notes. You have written, because of this we can say that though there was benefit, right, but economic there was social welfare or social benefit, but economic cost was much higher. Clear? You have written in your notes.
Yes.
Check it out,
Yes.
everyone, where you have written the drain of wealth, like the question you have written 2 questions, or right, huge cost, and you have written, I think, drain of Indian wealth.
Yes.
Yeah, there you have added that line that though there was a social benefit, but yes, economic cost was much higher as compared to the benefit people were getting. Okay. Done?
Yes, ma'am, done.
Halima Sana? Not
Done,
done
ma'am.
means you got it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So the next one is under the colonial regime, basic infrastructure. So now about which sector they are talking about? Infrastructure. Okay, like railways, ports. You just have to mark, okay, which like for which sector they are talking about, and then revise what you did in that sector, what you did in the, just revise your notes, okay, in that sector, which were the point you mentioned, okay, such as railway, ports, water transport, post, telegraph and all that. However, the real motive behind infrastructure development was not to provide the basic amenities to the people, but to subserve various colonial interests. So what objectives did British intend to achieve through these policies of infrastructure development? So basically you have to mention about everything. Why they constructed railway? There was two main motive, right? The army one, and like to import the goods to the nearest hub and all that. Then you will write about roads as well. Okay, that why they constructed road, because they wanted to shorten the distance and they wanted to make transport easier. Why they constructed ports and post and telegraph, inland post they constructed so that they can connect it with other posts and they can export the material from one port to other. And why they introduced this postal services and telegraph and all that, to maintain their law and order. Okay, so you're going to write about each and every sector. Road, why they constructed, what was their motive? Railway, why they constructed, what was their motive? A third one, why they constructed inland and outland, and a fourth one, why they constructed telegraph and all that they introduced, because they wanted to maintain law and order. Clear?
Yes.
Others?
Yes.
Okay. Now, next is the introduction of the railway in India was considered one of the most important. So, about which sector they are talking? They are talking about railway. Okay. However, the social benefit which India people gained owning the introduction of railways were overweighed by the country's huge economic loss. The straight answer that yes, the given statement is true. Why Britishers, though Britisher introduced this, first you will write yes, there was a benefit. Second, you will write that there was a benefit. Second, you will write that on the other hand, it caused the economics this and this, like forestation was there, commercialization of agriculture was there. And last, you will mention that yes, though there was a benefit, but we can say the economic cost was more as compared to the benefit. Clear? Don't read this that ma'am over here this is written like this, so we are going to mug up. No, use your notes. You have your notes and everything is there. You cannot point out that ma'am this was not there. Everything is there. So you don't have to go for it. Okay, ma'am, they have written like this, so we will also frame our question like this. No, you have your notes. Prepare your own answer, because in exam hall they'll be seeing your content. They won't be saying how you are, like from which book we have done, who taught you. No, right? Because there are lakhs of students who are preparing and everyone will be teaching them in a different way. They'll be framing their answer in a different way. What matters, what you are writing is right or wrong. Okay, even if you feel like your school teacher, she is giving you some good notes, you can add, you can mix and you can make your own notes. Okay, there is nothing wrong and there is nothing right, proper right. I won't be saying that if you will write this then only I'll give you 5 and 5. No, if you are giving the whatever, for example, I have asked you about railway, but you are writing about roads over here, then of course you are not going to get the marks, right? So if you are writing good thing, if you are writing, if your points are good, because for example, if you ask me, ma'am, what is your name? I can say my name is Sanya, or I can say myself Sanya, or I can just say Sanya. Meaning is I'll be getting 1 marks for each of the answers. Why? Because what was the question? Your name. I can answer it according to my need. I can answer like my name is Sanya, or I can say I am Sanya, or I can say myself Sanya. Okay, what matters is what you are answering. What is the content of that? Okay, clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And the next one is you have already done the social and economic challenges which India faced at the time of independence. So these were the challenges in economic growth, agriculture sector, industrial sector, foreign trade, infrastructure, and all that. Okay. So now coming to the, I think question answer part is cleared. Everyone, is there any question or is there any query?
Clear.
Yes, no, maybe.
No.
No?
No.
Okay. Okay, now I'm going to tell you few things which what we'll be doing the next class. In next class, I'll take your Viva. Okay, which will be for 5 marks. I will be asking you questions orally. Like for example, I'll be asking, you will be like first, second and third. I'll be ranking you people. For example, it's Murdi, it's Halima and it's San. Okay. So first question I will ask Mahdi that, okay, let's just take an example. Before dash, India was in first stage of demographic transition, right? So Mahdi will be, I'll be giving Mahdi 1 minute. Okay. He'll be answering me. Okay. Whatever the answer will be, he'll be answering me. If he'll answer it right, he'll be getting 1 point. And after that, Halima will be, I'll be asking one question to Halima. And that question will be, which sector, like during British colonial period, which sector, like workforce was very much high in which sector? So Halima, whatever answer Halima will be giving, either if it will be right, 1 marks, if no, then 0 marks. Okay. Coming to Sanya, I'll be asking, what was the positive contribution of Britishers in India? So she'll be saying, whatever answer she'll be giving, maybe, ma'am, yes, railways, roads, whatever it is. If right, 1, like this. So first round will be there. In our second round, maybe I'll be asking you people true and false. Okay. Then true and false, similarly. And then I'll be asking you people MCQ. I'll be giving you people options. Similarly. And third one, maybe I'll be asking you people fill in the blanks. And the last one, maybe I'll be asking you people the events. Okay. That Maudi, tell me when Suez Canal operated. You will be giving me the date. Or maybe I'll be asking you, asking Halima, first census. Sanya, I can be asking you, when was railway introduced in India? Anything I can ask, right? So this will be the criteria. First will be MCQ, like 2 part will be MCQ. One will be fill in the blanks, and one stage will be your true and false, and one will be your events, like the dates. Is it fine?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so this is how we will cover it. I want 5 on 5 for everyone, because I don't think it's a very tough task for you people to do that. Right, so do it very well.